done SoulePowered, and I did actually say I was gonna do on, I believe it was last weekend, or yeah, it was last weekend or the weekend before that that I said I was gonna do SoulePowered. So if you're just tuning in, or if you're rewatching this again since from whenever you did, welcome back, and I'll do a couple of short little announcements. One of them was, well, yesterday was Valentine's Day, and I like to try to celebrate solutions at, well, it's right next to Valentine's Day, but I like to try to celebrate it on Valentine's Day, which I did not. So officially today, it's Solution's birthday, or the Shindig, whichever you prefer, even though the title is not in this one, but that's not the main topic. As usual, I'll put like 2 or 3 main topics in the title, and there'll be discussions about them, but there's going to be a little bit different thing as why there's one title in here. So for that, I believe that's probably about it, unless there's, well, I'm not going to try to rush into that actually. There was, I did a thing where I was talking about musical cooking as well too, and I wrote a blog about it, and yeah, let's bring this straight. So the musical cooking thing was, how could music help with your cooking, or the taste of it, or mood of it basically. And today this topic is generally about music in any way the music could affect your cooking, or sleeping, or exercising, your friendships, your moods, your test scores. It could affect many things depending on what type of music you like to. As for judgment, I can't really say because I'm not judging anybody, and if you're going to judge somebody, if you really want to, then go ahead. We can't stop you, but again, music is a taste of somebody's own will and own free thing. It's what you're tasting. It's just people shouldn't judge you for music, and you can make friends for different type of music. Some music we might acquire a taste from too. We might not actually like the music at first, but we get sucked into the music, then it's seen as if, oh, you like the music now. Or if there's some music you think that just really sucks, and one day somehow you're in a different mood and it sounds better to you. And your friends show you music all the time, or they'll tell you to listen to a song. They might even hear the song without you telling them, because you might have your speaker headphones blasting. Even teachers are interested in like what kind of music students are interested in. It could help us studying, again, help us studying, sleeping, maybe even like you could become sort of some magical college professor from listening to music, and depending on what the music is. Like, I know instrumental helps you clear your mind a lot more, because when you're listening to lyrical music, you have all the like words going in, and while you're reading a book, you have those words incoming as well, and your brain's going to jumble them up, and you won't be able to focus on the book. But if you're listening to instrumental music, it has that flow where you'll be able to listen to the music and flow with that and read the book or whatever you're reading or conversating. Like, but as for exercising, it might be different depending on who you are. Maybe instrumental music helps you motivate you better, or maybe it's lyrical music or some weird music that you haven't heard before. There's all sorts of different types of music genres and people, so depending on what you're listening to and what people like is another way it can also change your mood, their mood, and even the way you play music too, if you're a pianist or something, a guitarist, or if you're in a band. So depending on what you're doing with the music, how you're using it to your advantage, and where it's coming from, or how are you playing it, it can affect things in many different ways. You could say you take a college course maybe, and it's like it's too difficult for you, but then all of a sudden you're listening to some music that somebody told you or that you found that you notice that helps you, and it helps you focus better because you do better on it. You actually get your degree because of music. I mean, you don't have to get a degree for music because you're listening to music, but you can use music throughout your life and career. Like, what if you're in a job? Most jobs don't allow you to have music because you'll have both earbuds in, and some are capable of blocking out sound or look as hazards because of the long strings and around machines. So there's so many safety hazards even with listening to music in the cord, or even if you have just like a Bluetooth around your neck that I have had a couple times if you've seen in the video. So music, it's really helpful in many ways, but then if you're too focused on it, it's how are you gonna stop that? Music can increase probably you could be one of the dumbest people on earth maybe, and yeah, music could help you do something. I'm not saying anybody is dumb or incapable of anything. Some of us have slower processing than others, and music is tending to process us faster because of how the rhythm is going through our brain and mind and just executing all those thoughts that I can't say what they are because everybody thinks differently when they're music, but I can give an example when I go running usually it's now I'm listening to music. I'm focused probably more on the music than anything else, which isn't again is why it's not a good thing to always have music in when somebody's talking to you or something. But when you're by yourself, it's like blast the music up, but you still want to be aware. You want to use your other senses. Like that's another thing. If you're using your other senses, because hearing's blacked out because of your music, it's capable of increasing those senses. And also, your senses have to do with your brain too, because they affect your thoughts, and then they're sending things, impulses down to your heart. So, doing motivational things with music, even yoga, 'cause that's why most people are relaxed during. It's not. It could be the poses too, but if you think about it, if you have poses in yoga without relaxing music, it's probably going to hurt a lot more than relax you. But again, back to the job type thing. If you're in a job and you have music, there's there's exceptions too if you're not communicating to your coworker or if you're independent and you're taking phone calls or again if you're working with machines, but strategies to improvise on like if the cord's going to affect you or the Bluetooth, two options for both, well either or is have one earbud out, the earpieces and Bluetooth either or, because I mean they're both earbuds. One's just wireless, so the Bluetooth would take away the wire problem, and then if you're using the wired headphones, then just make sure you have the cord tucked under your shirt or like I don't know somehow attached to you could tape it to your shirt. That'd look weird, so it's probably more likely that you want to have it under your shirt. And actually, if I get like a little too lost here or wherever I'm going with this, kind of explaining different types of, well, I'm not even explaining the genres of music, but how it can affect you, your brain, your process, or like, here's a random question just to kind of throw out there. To what if music could actually get rid of a disability? That'd be pretty interesting to, or not necessarily, it wouldn't get rid of it, but it get rid of the symptoms of it. As usually, again, when you're listening to music, your processing is a lot different than it normally would be like when you're not born, when you're an unborn baby and you're listening to all the sounds and improvising, you have a lot of intel, but once you're born, that leaves you, and once you're growing up, because you're not able to observe as much or parts of your brain might be deteriorating. I'm not saying like there because you're doing something stupid for that reason, or because you're listening to stupid music, but the things you've listened to throughout your life they should have helped you, or if you're influenced in different ways by different music. As for different types of genres of music, like there's too many and there's subcategories, but they all can do different things too. There's like, I would say instrumental is one, but then it goes like under electronic, house, then so I guess anything could be instrumental really, but then there's R&B, rap, hip hop, there's rock, there's country, there's jazz, there's blues. So there's all sorts of those, and necessarily those might affect somebody differently too. Honestly, a relaxing song could pump somebody up. I'm not entirely sure how that process would be valid, but that would be one thing. Or the other effect could happen where a pumped up song could just relax you. Maybe it's flowing so much blood through you. That's why, like, not only your brain, but with the exercise too, it's going to increase your heartbeat because of the rhythm, like doing this. So doing things like that and changing how the tempo is on the music, or even changing the mood. Like you can have the same rhythm, same mood, and yeah, you can have a different sound. Like so, it can also depend on the sound of the music too, and how it sounds to somebody. If I'm missing anything, which I don't believe I am, uh, it'll come to me. I- like if you drink caffeine, it can hype you up, but then you have crashes too. I really don't know if there's something called runner's high, but when I run, it's like once I'm running, I want to keep on running. Otherwise, if I stop running, it's like my energy's gone. And where that energy goes, maybe it's still there, but maybe there's like some motivation or something that's happening. So there could be that. There could be a lot. You know, it's funny. This isn't like it's a topic that I didn't just keep on, but like I should realize when I start recording these, and it's like, okay, so I've been only recording for like 16 minutes, but it's like I don't think about it because I start at 1 o'clock, and it's like, what am I doing here? Like, so there's, because I usually try to make them out. So when I get to 30, there's usually a break, which I don't think, maybe there will be, or I don't know. I'm confusing myself out of the music. See, that's another thing with the music. Maybe you would be less confused. You'd be able to understand or interact with each other more appropriately. You could even probably possibly get modified behavior results from interacting with music, where if somebody else is standing next to you, another subject, and it's their behavior is different, and then you have their, like again, the subject actually posted something about this on Facebook, kind of comparing and contrasting, like maybe music could even, I'm not saying music can help you predict the future, but it kind of goes into another category of which I posted on my personal Facebook actually quite some time ago. So that was pretty interesting actually as well. Like as for the keyboard when I was playing that too, you might have felt some sort of mood shift change or something. Maybe you don't really care. Because if another thing is if you're deaf too, if you can't hear or see, you still have rhythm to play music. Like tone deaf really has nothing to do with it. It's just like, okay, you don't have that sense of But if somebody blind or whatever, everybody has their own kind of rhythm that they're in, whether it has to do with their emotions or whatever it has to do with. So if you think about music is going to help you throughout, even though you see things over the internet, like what is this all about? Is this actually true? And in some ways, it probably really isn't true because people are exaggerating things over. But music, it has a lot of properties and abilities that we're still probably unaware if we like it because of how it sounds to us, and we want to learn it because we think we can get better at it. Like if you're flipping a burger, you can always get better at it, whether you're putting yourself down or not. See, there's a difference between those two things too, like flipping a burger, or because one has, well, they both have to do with motor skills, but one has to be more motivational than the other, probably because you're more in tune, and that's another thing with music, tunes. You can tune your own music to how you like it or how you don't like it, and depending on that too. So you could actually start creating music, but if you don't like it, it's the tune of the music. But if you rearrange the rhythm or recreate it to how you like it or to how you feel, you might like it. But it can also change because you can create something you don't like, but somehow end up liking it or just sounding offbeat. But that's because you're in that mood of emotion or mode of emotion. I don't know which term I was trying to use there. It's basically the same properties and methods as cooking and doing that. How does it sound? Like, how does it taste? Like, do you have a taste in music? Does the pizza taste good? So comparing food and music, does the music taste good to you? Does the pizza taste good to you? You could say like how people say they like any kind of music because it sounds good to them. They're not saying necessarily they like every kind of music, but they like different genres because each song, you could have a song from a different genre each that sounds all good to them. Some people might just not have like sense of music, which I highly doubt isn't true. Everybody would have a sense of music because most people are saying like we need music. We don't need it to survive, but it's something that can enhance our mental state and even increase what we wouldn't see. And most people might view it differently or not comprehend, or they might completely be oblivious and be like, what's going on? Am I Superman or something? And one thing, no, you're not Superman and you can't fly, but you can actually get increased strength and hormones and, well, I'm no scientist or genealogist or whatever. I'm not that smart. I mean, I understand the capabilities of rhythm, doing like you can mess with people's emotions through music. I'm not saying you can actually mess with them like arguing, but it's a way to compose music and explore. Yeah, communicator. See how that looks like you're picking those, but so the reason why I have the keyboard right there is I was actually gonna start maybe playing something for a couple of minutes, about in 10 minutes or so. And then, I don't know, I could start now. Let's see what else. I think I missed one of the announcements, so I'm going to try to read. I think, yeah, actually, because there's an announcement I wanted to make. So if you want to hear the missing announcement, when this is on YouTube, or I think you can't skip past it, but you can always go back and listen to the announcement if you're up at this part and you missed it, whether you watched live or not. But I'm going to restate the announcement. So yesterday was Valentine's Day, and I usually celebrate Solutions on, well, Valentine's Day because they're right next to each other. I mean, Solutions is officially 2 years old now, but I like to celebrate on Valentine's Day. But I was unable to do that, and also I believe it's been a while since I've had a solutions SoulePowered. Well, SoulePowered, yes. And this is actually the solutions thing, even though I'm not officially verbally saying in the title up there. It doesn't say that, but because the aim is to have towards more of the music, and then the announcement that I missed is it's my ex's birthday. So, happy birthday to you. You know who you are. I'm not gonna say, but I could always, if I'm following her on Twitter. So if you want to go follow her too, why not? She was supposed to be born on Valentine's Day, I believe, but so that's a little side note, kind of cool, you know. So yeah, so actually, I'm going to move my laptop, and hopefully we can do this correctly. Let's see if we can do this correctly. Oh, well, actually, that probably shouldn't matter too much. I can do that. Yeah, there we go. This is so awkward. Yeah, I don't know how I'm doing this properly, but so let's see what I got here. Actually, I was just gonna we'll just do a little jam. Whoops. That's not what I wanted. There we go. This is what I mean by changing the sound of things and doing certain things. Well, changing the sound and rhythm by switching back and forth real fast. Apologize if you can't hear. Turn it up. Like doing that, you can switch up into music. To music. Okay. So I'm actually gonna see. Okay. I usually try to memorize. Well, I do a lot of song creating, and I can't say writing because I started writing a song and I never finished. And then I have lyrics and stuff too. But one of the best pieces I've memorized is called "Blood Tears," and I can't say it's completely memorized, but it's close, really close. And I actually think it sounds better than what it used to be. So I'm going to try to recreate that. And if you can't hear, just turn up the speaker, put some headphones in, or just, I don't know. The music really matters right now, anyway. So let's see if we can start. Nope. I already messed it. That was the end of it, so just noise. So I know that's kind of long and maybe boring, maybe exciting, but playing the keyboard, piano, any instrument shows what kind of moods you kind of experience, how you can affect others through those moods, key changes, or simply just by having a beat like. Let's see if this works now. So having different beats like even this, or if you want to change the beat, it's still pretty similar and settled, but yeah, if it's close enough where it can change your mood or not manipulate you, but have a variation on how you're reacting to it. So if technically, if you're in control of your music and what you like to listen to, and you tell people you like to listen to, this also kind of goes with, I don't recall if I did an emotional one that actually looked this. Oh yeah, really random. Sorry, I love to do these random things, but also this is actually a pretty special one because it is the 14th episode of the SoulePowered. Then it's also fall on the 14th, and it's again my ex's birthday. So, so yeah. But anyway, back to change. You're always in control of your emotions because you're in control of your music. But the hard thing is that key that kind of changes. It affects everybody because we're able to affect everybody in our own way. Whether we irritate them, they think we're mentally disabled. I mean, in case people have that ability of vulnerability, but technically that's not always true. Just because you think somebody's lower than you shouldn't see them in a like wheelchair. You should treat them like you, even if you're treating them like you. I mean, you still shouldn't just throw it out at them. I mean, it happens regardless, but still, that's another nice thing about music too, is it can help that calming down piece, and then it's, well, calming. I honestly don't know why I look at the timer when it's like, yeah, I start this at 1 o'clock. It's like, okay, so 2 o'clock I need to end it off, or I honestly don't know why I look at the timer when I know, like, if it takes me like 6 months to learn something, I probably should have it down, and I haven't even been doing the solutions, like, not solution, but SoulePowered for that long. I don't, because yeah, there's only been 14 episodes, so that's not that long. I mean, considering all the hours together, probably, I'd say, well, each one is supposed to be like an hour, but it's probably a little less than 14 hours. Well, one's actually 2 hours because I had a game in, and I really didn't know what this one was going to be. It was going to be so many different things, but then I'm like, well, it's the second anniversary of Solutions, 2 years old now, so yeah. Amazingly enough, I did not take a break in this one, or, well, you could say I rambled on a couple times there. So as always, you guys should know the time and date and what and the stuff that you know. But remember, when you're if you're viewing this live and you want to ask some questions and you want me to answer them, hit the Q&A thing or write them in the chat and I can answer them live. But if you don't, I'll answer them on a sheet of paper, which probably is not that exciting, really. And I have no questions, so alrighty. Last time I got like a bunch of weird, not last time, but there's been probably once where I got spam questions and I was just like, okay. This is usually part of the thing where it's like, what do you want me to talk about? Or, I mean, if there were more people, like, again, I don't know how the chat works, but if I point, maybe it's down there, or on my screen it's like, it's right there, but on your screen it could be like down there or whatever with the Google thing, because I think it's actually inverted. Well, no. This last time it was weird. I don't know why, but okay, there's no buts or excuses. Never mind. There may also another announcement, not really announcement, but something I might be doing with Solutions is, well, obviously updating the website template, and I may have it match the blog template, but the blog template's separate than the, well, it's not separate, but well, they're different things, so I could have different templates, but they're also meant to be for each other, or I could just embed like the blog into the website, which I was gonna do at first, and then the coding was just like, what am I doing? Coding is just like, oh my god, so many different codes and links and what's like. So which code do you want to learn today, kids? HTML, CSS, HTMLX, HTML. Want to learn about the command prompt? Like, oh my god. I think that's not even all of the code though either. There's SAC, there's this RSS. I don't know if that's code, but I know that's blog feed. There's XHTML. There's HTML5. Those are different types of HTML. See, that's the part where I'm just like talking about HTML. Be like, what is the director talking about? Does he know? I mean, I could use my name in third person too, but it's like, you know my name, or maybe I just don't want to say my name. I already have people say it like plenty of times enough. It's like, if I start saying my own name, I'll probably drive myself crazy. Should we go until 2 o'clock, or should we hand it off early? There's nobody to tell me so. I have my double so totally not hyper. I can thank my friend for, basically I would say it's my Valentine's Day gift from him. I mean, no, the computer didn't freeze up. I was just like, what? Let's see, 140. Well, if we took a break, actually, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I will be back. I am going to take a break, and we're gonna extend it a little bit just to kind of chat and hang around. So I will be back. And we are back. So we have about 4 minutes. So we can, anybody can. It's part. Well, actually, usually like the middle of the segment kind of gets just like blah. But I guess to the end of the segment is going to get kind of weird to jumble, just to kind of hang around for a bit and see where people at are. And if I think of like announcements off the top of my head, because I still don't write a list down for any of these. Which should be hopefully happening eventually at some point. So that should be happening. And one thing I can also announce to you is on our Facebook page, they've added, well, on a couple of Facebook pages, or on all of them, they're starting to add call to action buttons, and then you can add a link that's like for your website or something. Specifically those things. So if you go to facebook.com/solutions, or click on the link in the YouTube channel, I wouldn't say description maybe, or on a resource list if you requested that, you'll see a sign up, and that will take you to the sign up page on solutions.com, where you can request to have an account if you want to hang around, chat with people who also would want to sign up, or if not, then there's always this method, or just joining the SoulePowered, which, I mean, it's not often, but that's what's nice about the sign up to, but again, not many people really do that. Like, if you want to complain, you can complain, but I don't see many people complaining. A couple people have used the request a solutions form. And speaking of that, actually, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I feel like I had a dream, or like premonition about it, that, so you know about the three main things in the drop down menu: a problem, a solution, like when it's asking you what you're using the form for, or a contact. The reason there's only three is because contact can basically be generalized under so many different categories. And so basically in the box where you post your problem or your solution is, why are you contacting us? Do you have, I'm not gonna say the problem, or like, do not use it for a complaint. That's what the complaint form is for. But if you want to contact us for something, if maybe you want to be in a solution segment, or you want to know more about solutions, you want to interview me, I don't know why you'd want to interview me, or just, again, get to know more about solutions, the music, videos, how could you join us. And honestly, solutions you can join isn't enough. I'm not going to say you have to like our page, but it's easier, and then you can get notifications. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Google, SoundCloud, LinkedIn. We have a LinkedIn group for like partial business stuff. I don't know. It's a group that I just have there for stuff. So there's just a couple different things, and Solutions hasn't got anything more special, but again, now here's where I try to do my end announcement, probably the least perfectly I could ever do it. So every Sunday or Saturday at 1 o'clock Central Standard Time, there will be a segment known as SoulePowered, which is this right now, where you can come chat around, and it's going to be for an hour. SoulePowered hour. I don't know, I literally just thought about that, but yeah, it's really that. So yeah, there's, for an hour, you can come hang around with us. Sometimes it'll change to music, games, discussions, or if you have something you want to mention, use the request a solutions form at the contact. Let me know. I'll probably request it. Or if you just want a video up on our channel for some reason, if you're too uncomfortable uploading it yourself, and it'll be under the community playlist. So there's that and anything else really. Just come hang out with us, learn about problem solving skills, and have fun. And of course, if you're getting harassed or something, try to resolve the issue, or don't go over the top, or just try to let me know, and I'll try to help you resolve that problem. So, not so, but anyway, I will probably, well, see you next weekend possibly, or another weekend. Again, look around for social media, request a resource list, or kind of interact with us. So this is the part where I bid you farewell, and I don't say bid you farewell, but no. That's the part where I can't really end it. Not bid you farewell, but my motto. There's what I forgot to do. The motto is stay strong and problem solve on, and I will see you hopefully next weekend or the weekend days I'm available to host this. And feel free to stop by, join in, ask questions. Please don't be annoying. You have the option to, but please don't. And Solutions is for all ages, adults, kids, but I would say it's advised that for kids. I mean, it's a safe problem solving community. So again, stay strong and problem on. And if you have any questions, use the request a solution contact form or email me at director@solutions.com. And because it ends so many times. Right, this is the awkward part. So, oh yeah, I totally forgot about this. Wait, did I actually forget? No, I didn't forget about, but one of the pieces I actually played in this on the piano to keyboard, whatever you prefer to call it. It's Blue Eyed Tears. You can check that out on SoundCloud. I don't know if it's not on this YouTube channel, but the Solutions YouTube channel too. So I'm actually working on a couple of things too, and yeah, I gotta kind of process them correctly. So yeah. There's also 2015-14 vote thing. If you go to solutions.com, you'll see the Prezi right on the homepage. Do you like that better? Or if you go to solutions.com/soulback, do you like that Google presentation better than the Prezi? And if you type my first and last name and you look for the picture of me in a suit, or if you know what I'm talking about, one of the latest videos I did was put them both in the same video, kind of comparing them together, and you can vote down in the description for which one you like better, or you can comment why and all that stuff. I will see you possibly next weekend. Otherwise, you'll see me throughout the week, or I'll try to communicate if you want to send emails, contact forms, and all that. Just have fun around Solutions. So, adios.